Alright everyone, I meant to do this reading yesterday, but the 11/11 reading was just a powerhouse, so I didn't have time to get to it. That said, here we are today with the 100K reading. We did a 50K reading back when we had 50K. I don't know, I think it was toward the end of last year, But here we are, 100K. Wow. 5 Madison Square Gardens full of people. How about that? Well, I appreciate everyone who's here. Appreciate the journey. I'm going to pull a very special reading for you. I asked the universe about, you. Just what do you want to tell the viewer? About lessons, about whatever, about what you've learned it seems to want to talk about, or what you have the potential to learn and why it's important. I'm going to pull a reading here. We're going to see where we go. I'm probably going to pull this year with the 100K. I'm probably going to pull 3 cards and a bottom card and then clarify. Clarify the shit out of it, as I like to say. Doesn't matter what your sign is. This is straight up energy. It's a milestone mark here at Steve's Love Tarot. It's been a journey, hasn't it? A lot of stories to tell. Steve Love Tarot is not just a story for me in my war chest of stories. Yeah, it's a story for all of you too if you've been here a while. We've lived through some epic reads, that's for damn sure. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here, you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. So what's the universe want to tell you? Well, I'm going to skip ahead a little bit to the card that's bookending the 7 of Cups, which is our top card here in the pre-shuffle, just the surface energy, right? That's the student. So it is about, that's why I said it's about what you've learned or what you have the potential to learn, right? It's about learning about choices. We talk a lot about raising your vibration. Right? Raising your frequency and why that's important, because it gives you more options. It doesn't take away the low-hanging fruit, right? Like the bad boy that everybody likes, right? That's hot. I want that, right? But it gives you options because your vibration is high. You know why you're banging the bad boy, right? You're just doing it because they're hot. You're not in the middle of banging them and thinking this is a 20-year relationship. We're going to have 2 cars, 3 kids, in a house, and all that. You're not going crazy, right? You know why you're doing things. That's an important point to make. I made that point in a recent blog article I wrote when I was talking about Steve's Love Tarot. I said, I always know what I'm doing and why I'm saying it. Everything I say has purpose. I know why I'm doing things throughout my life, whether it's business, personal, whatever. So for you, it gives you options. The energy right now has the potential to give you options. And we're sitting right here in a limbo between the eclipse and the 11/11 energy. And it's a good time to process. It's that moment, if I were to describe the energy, where the party's over and you're sitting around with just a few people that are left, having a couple of drinks or something, and you're just talking about stuff, talking about the year, right? As the Counting Crows talked about in their song, The Long December, or whatever it's called. This year will be better than the last, all that kind of song. They went up to Hillside Manor and talked about the year for a while, right? That kind of energy is here. It gives you a chance to reflect, because the lunar eclipse realigned everything. Right? It's a realignment. And then the 11/11 comes in with its Sesame Street Hierophant, and it all makes sense. But you need to process it a little before that. And you've got the perfect opportunity here where we're sitting right now when I pull this reading. That said, options. You've learned you have options. There are other things. 3 of Cups. This is about the flow of water. This is about the flow of emotion. A lot of what's happened to you through this soulmate cycle has opened you up, right? Opened you up in a way it wasn't before. The 3 is a very powerful number. It's allowed you to feel things. It's reopened for a lot of you. I think it's reopened your empathy. And that's a very important energy to have, right? Because you're all up on a different level now. With the Fool here. The Fool crossed by the 3 of Pentacles. I mean, this is the most solid foundation you could build. It's nice. It's 3s in close proximity here in this. It's a solid foundation of emotion, knowing why you do things, knowing you have options. This is a Fool on a new level. This is a whole new journey. You look at life completely different, right? Underneath that, again, is that student. It's all about learning. It's all about learning that you have options. A lot of you, when someone ran from you here, let's say the soulmate cycle, you got fixated on one outcome. Now, I have to be with that person. Why aren't they here? Why aren't they here? I'm freaking out. I'm going to start watching tarot readings and find out what they're doing and if they're coming back. And sure enough, 90% of the tarot readings out there are going to tell you somebody regrets it, they're turning around and coming back. Because that is the surface energy. Of course they regret it, right? If someone leaves you, let them. They will regret it. They always do, of course. It's a deep soul connection or twin flame. Of course they regret it. But turning around and coming back isn't so simple. You need to be a little bit enlightened on feelings. And that's what the DF got. You know, you got really enlightened on feelings here. Your empathy is way up. That's why you keep reflecting as the Empress and shit like that, you know, and Queen of Pentacles. Let's give the deck a shuffle. Let's see what the universe wants to talk about. You know, raising your vibration is always good. And you don't have to go on some, everybody makes it out like you got to go on some hocus pocus spiritual journey, become a monk or a hermit and take vows of this and vows of that. You don't. There's not a lot of rainbows and unicorns with it and hocus pocus. Just learn. When we learn, we raise our vibration. When you learn anything, you watch Food Network and someone shows you. I just watched the other day, I made my own cream cheese frosting for a cake that I baked on a rainy day yesterday, right? I learned something. I had no idea. I had no idea it was so fucking simple. You know, I'll never buy it in a can again. But I learned something. I raised my vibration a little bit. I now know Kung Fu, right? Like in Matrix speak, you know. I know cream cheese Kung Fu. You know, it's like that. Just allow the lessons to come through. It'll help you out. It will help you out. A lot of people choose the wrong people for the wrong reasons, and then they keep doing it, right? They keep thinking that, for example, the quote-unquote bad boy is going to be the long-term thing. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of heat. There's a lot of passion, right? Yeah, because they're hot. Sure, absolutely. But that's not sustainable. And I can relate that, or equate that, I should say, to 3D energy. And while I'm shuffling, these cards are getting energized. You think about a star out there in the sky, right out there in space. You want something, if you want something long term, it's never that bad boy smoking hot, crazy, you know, just peeling paint, knocking plaster off the walls kind of thing, you know, when you're banging. It's like you want to be more like our sun up in the sky there. You know, it's a yellow star. It's a mid-powered, mid-sized star. It burns for about 10 billion years. It's got a good staying power, right? The hot bad boy kind of going for the wrong thing, staying fixated on somebody that can't be vulnerable, but you just feel it, you gotta have it, and fixated on that. That's like a blue giant star. Those are some of the biggest, hottest stars up there. They burn on an average between 10 million and 100 million years. Okay? Depends on the star. 10 million to 100 million years. That's nothing compared to 10 billion. Right? So, it's never that hot. Listen, I'm notorious. I was in my 20s. We've been doing a lot of reliving around here lately. So, I'll tell you, I was notorious for banging the party girl. It was there. I did it. Fine. You know, had a lot of great knocking plaster off the wall banging sessions. Really thought this person was the one, or could be the one, you know, before I went on a spiritual journey and woke the fuck up, right? But I remember the first time I had sex with my wife. It was horrible. She was different than she's not the party girl. You know, she was self-conscious, worried about it, you know, not very good at it, not very experienced. And here I was, all experienced, expecting what I normally get. And what I got was awkward and horrible. She's very self-conscious. She's one of those people that's white as a ghost, right? If you see her naked in the daylight, if it wasn't for pubic hair, you wouldn't find her. She just disappeared. It's just a little patch roaming around if the sunlight hits her just right. She's self-conscious about all kinds of things. It was terrible. But there was something there. There was some kind of staying power that was there. You know, there was a deeper connection than just that. And that's what that Three of Cups is talking about in the pre-shuffle. That's what you're learning, right? You're getting your empathy back. You're getting your Empress energy up. And that's very important. That gives you nothing but options. Doesn't mean you can't bang. And I'm almost done shuffling. It doesn't mean you can't bang, but I'm teaching you something. I'm explaining the energy even deeper. It doesn't mean you can't bang the bad boy, you know, that hot thing, and have that, but you'll know why you're doing it. You'll know it for what it is. Raising your vibration allows you to see through devil energy, right? See through the illusion. All right, let's see where we go here. And as I did all that shuffling, I shuffled the whole time I gave you that little sermon. I did. At the bottom of the deck, crossing the center card that I'm about to pull in my 3 card, is exactly what I said you were. The Empress. How about that? Huh? Come on. Why am I your second favorite? Why am I a silver medal energy reader? Come on. Come on. Who the hell else you going to watch that's going to describe their wife naked to you like a ghost with pubic hair? Who the fuck else is going to do that? Nobody. That's who. Because they don't have the balls and they don't have the experience to read energy properly. Here it is. It's you. You are the Empress energy. All of this whole journey we've been on, and I've been on it with you. I have to swim in this energy to pull these fucking readings. We have lived it together. I'm going to have stories to tell in 20 years about Steve's Love Tarot, and so are a lot of you. And I like that. Every part of my life that I've lived, I got stories I could tell. I got endless stories, right? Endless stories. Stories with me. Whoops. What happened? Oh, never mind. I dropped something. Stories with me start one of 2 ways. My friends always joke. One of Steve's stories either starts with, I was sitting on the couch, minding my own business, or there was this girl. That's it. That's every story. And they're great stories, right? I got all kinds. But this experience that we've all been through together has grown all of us, right? My Empress energy has grown because of this. So is yours. What do we got here? Give me, Jesus Christ, new opportunities in love. Page of Cups. You take things slower. This backs up everything I just told you. Sure, go ahead, bang the bad boy. Have fun. Knock some plaster off the walls, but know it for what it is, right? But this gives you options like the pre-shuffle showed us with the 7 of Cups. But now, because your vibration is higher, if you get what you're supposed to get out of this cycle, if your vibration is higher, you attract a higher level of people. Like energy attracts like energy. All right. So you can attract them. Doesn't mean you can't attract the bad boy. You might surprise them that you're actually willing, and that's always nice. You know, they don't think they have a chance. You approach them. You go, you're pretty hot. I'm gonna bang you. Why? You're the Empress because you fucking feel like it. That's why. Not because you think there's a long-term thing there you could have with this person. No, that person is devil energy. They're always afraid to be vulnerable. They're always a player, and they always end up stealing money from your wallet or borrowing your car all the time to do stuff or crashing at your place when they don't have a place, when they're in between. Oh, that's bullshit. You need somebody with this shit together, right? At least is on your level. It could be emotional shit. I'm talking, granted I rattled off a bunch of material stuff, but generally speaking, for most people, the two go hand in hand. So you want to be careful about that. I'm not saying they got to be an executive, but I am saying on this level here, on the emotional level, if they were on your level, you were attracting somebody like this, they would at least have a place to crash. And they probably wouldn't steal money from your wallet, because the Empress would never do that. Center card. What the Empress is crossing, and you're not even going to fucking believe this. I took a peek. It's the most powerful card I could pull. It's the World. And now you wonder, why did he shuffle so much and he kept talking? I keep talking because it's not the cards that matter in a Steve's Love Tarot reading. It's the words coming out of my mouth. I'm reading the energy, every fucking word that comes out of my mouth, whether it's a story or whatever. It doesn't matter. Sometimes I'm just telling a joke, but even within that joke is some energy. The World. This proves the Fool from the pre-shuffle, that where I said you're on a new level. That's a Fool. You get past judgment, you get to the world. After the world, you're in a new cycle. It kicks you back to the Fool on a higher plane. This is crossing this. This is your destination. And it's a good place to be because it gives you options. You're not just stuck with the same old person. You will attract people who are much better. And oh my God, underneath the Empress, just to show you, is the Queen of Swords. If it's not the Empress, if it's not on your level, you have the option to cut it out. The Queen of Swords can do anything. She's a queen. Male or female, doesn't matter. Right? Like I said, this backs up what I said. You can bang the bad boy, whatever, because it's hot, and peel some plaster, knock yourself out. But after that, kick them to the curb. Say thanks, bye-bye, gotta go. Till someone good comes along. Right here. This has taught you a lot. This connection, this runner, has taught you a lot. They are a cautionary tale for what happens when you operate at low vibration. And the number one way most people operate at low vibration is to shut their fucking emotions down. To be shut down. To be focused on the wrong things. Panical things or whatever. All right. Red with the Page of Cups. Jesus Christ. I knew this was going to be a fucking hell of a reading. It's the Death card. As soon as I saw that pre-shuffle, I knew. It's the Death card. It's the change. It's energy cannot be created or destroyed. Energy and matter in science can be interchanged. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It just transforms, transmutes. This is a whole new way of being. That's what this connection has shown you. You're in that energy now, is my point. I know I got somebody watching me out there, and I hate when I say that because I sound like one of those TV preachers. Is somebody watching right now? You want to send me $50? You want to plant that seed? Yeah, right? No, I'm not trying to be like that. I am saying I'm sure, just by the numbers alone, okay? There's somebody watching right now. It's like, well, I don't feel any of this, Steve. I'm still the same. And I still want that person. I'm still fixated on that runner. Must have that runner back. Well, yeah, but the energy is here. I'm telling you, it keeps coming up this way. The energy is there. You're swimming in it. It's your environmental energy is the Empress. Your base energy is the world. It means that the energy is there. The cycle has changed. The opportunity for transformation is there. Stop having expectations of any kind for outcomes. No expectations for outcomes. Fixating on I must have this runner, I must have them, is an expectation for an outcome. If you don't have them, then it's all dead. It's all gone. That's no better. That's low vibration. It's no better than if we lose, it's rigged, which is what we're hearing all over the news right now, right? It's no better than that. You don't want to get in that. That invites the devil in. It invites devil energy in. It's low vibration, and that's what devil energy feeds on. It counts on that. So the energy is around you. You are this. It's just a matter of whether or not you can shut down expectation and create voids for the universe to fill. Nature abhors a vacuum. So give it a vacuum to fill, and don't fill it with your own shit. Right? All right. Let's see where we go. Let's clarify. I'm going to clarify with the witches. Let's do it. All right. Here we go. You know what? Let's just take it across. Let's do it. Let's do it. Page of Cups. Why is the Page of Cups here? This is nice. The energy is there. The opportunity. Energy simply creates an opportunity. But why wouldn't you want to take it? Why do you want to be someone who's stuck on this? Don't be stuck on it. Don't be closed off to it either, or you turn into the Burger King. Don't do that. Your lesson is not to shut down. Your lesson is to grow and move forward. Just leave the door open for them. If they come in and they don't suck, great. If they suck, well, fuck off. You've got choices. The Empress always has choices because she's high vibration, male or female, and she's always going to attract something. Right? All right. Something good. She's going to attract everything. But she picks and chooses, like that Queen of Swords that was underneath the Empress. She picks and chooses. And she knows why she's doing things. male or female. I say she because I'm talking about the Empress energy. But that's very important. I talk about the Empress energy a lot because it's the most important energy. You get the ego energy of the Emperor. The Empress gets by default. The Emperor needs the Empress to not be a maniacal egomaniac. The Empress needs the Emperor just for a little bit of boost in ego. It's that little pinch of self-confidence. But you don't need that. I gave you that. I already gave you that energy. I've been infusing you with that self-confidence energy the whole time I've been here. I spent a good chunk of 2021 banging you all. Figuratively with cards. But that's part of the reason. But I still do. I'm just as dirty as I ever was. But, again, self-confidence is good. That's part of what I gave my wife. I said the first time we had sex, it was horrible. She was self-conscious. She was this and that. Worried about whatever. It was terrible. It was the worst sex I ever had. But over time, I gave her self-confidence. I came back for seconds, which blew her mind. Okay. But she got a little better. Once she realized, I was into her. Well, that gives you some confidence. I was the provider of the confidence, if you will. Page of Cups. I'm still shuffling. Listen, this is a powerful reading. There might be some shuffling here. And I'm running out of things to fill it with. But it is what it is. Here's your card right here. Everything I've been saying. I said this here. Right? You know why you love. You don't just dole it out. It's crossed by the lovers. This is Archangel Raphael. Now the kids like to give. This is the environmental energy around this. This is why you have choices. Why you don't just give love or you're not getting it back. Why you're attracting new love. Why your vibration is up. This is Archangel Raphael. Kids like to give it a character name, right? Raphael and all that. It's a frequency of energy that's basically the universe's energetic equivalent to a doctor in a lot of ways. It's very healing energy. But also this frequency of energy is basically a wingman. But it's not, it's an angel. It's an angel wingman. It brings two energies together that can benefit each other, right? It's like a friend introducing you to somebody saying, I think you two would be great together. You should sit down and have a chat, right? Have a beer, have a coffee. It's a good wingman. Now, the devil is also a wingman. So if we'd have got the devil here, well, we might have had a different reading. But the devil is also a wingman. But the devil is the wingman that makes you go for that bad boy kind of thing. That one that just doesn't love anyone. The one who's brooding in the corner. Right? It's kind of hot. They're kind of hot. They do some crunches, so their abs are pretty good. Like that devil in the Light Seer deck from the party in the Trans Am, right? The one with the shirt off. It's like that. But the devil is that kind of wingman. It's now you don't want that one over there. You can be with that one forever. You want the one over there. It makes you choose the wrong things. It brings the wrong things together to try to, keep you down. It doesn't want you to raise your vibration because if it does, its energy has no effect on you anymore. This is an energy that wants you to raise the vibration. It introduces you to other energies that will benefit you in a symbiotic way, meshed together beautifully. This is the best possible card that could have landed here based on what I'm telling you about this Page of Cups. What's on top? Ace of Swords. Archangel Michael coming a calling, or his sword. Anyway, you just know what you're doing. The best way I can describe this energy is what I told you. You can bang the bad boy if you want, but you know why you're doing it. You're not deluding yourself into thinking this is long term, only to be hurt by this person when they don't reciprocate the love properly. When the next day they sneak out while you're still asleep and you wake up and there's not even a note, right? Nothing. And they stole your underwear so they could brag to their friends that they banged you, right? Come on. You know why you're doing it. You know in advance that they're going to do that. So you leave it's like leaving out cookies for Santa. You leave the underwear by the front door, right? You go ahead, just take it. I know you're going to do it anyway. Like that. What's red with the lovers? The High Priestess. Your empathy has opened up. Every word, I read the energy first. Okay? You get the real deal here. I read the energy first and then I throw the cards. Every fucking thing I've told you is just coming out on the table in cards right now. I said, your empathy is up. And again, I'm going to re-emphasize, High Priestess, red with the lovers. This is, you get it. Okay? I don't need to go any deeper than that. But with the Empress crossing the world here, all right, again, that energy is, this is the base energy. These are red, center, left, right, even though I'm starting over here with the clarifying. I was just curious about that energy. But with the Empress crossing this, the energy is there. It's opportunity, okay? It's an opportunity. You can either take it or not. Most of you, because the Empress keeps coming up so much, are taking it. And that's good. I like that. I like that. Why is it, what's red with the Ace of Swords? The Four of Wands. Look at this. You think I was worried that, oh my God, you know, if a devil came out here, it was going to blow the whole thing. I could have gotten away with a devil here because you can see through it, right, with the Ace of Swords. But all this is saying is what you've learned, the epiphanies you've had, what this energy is showing you, is that you have options. And that, you know, again, you don't give love where you're not getting love back. You always know why you're doing something, also is what that's saying. But this allows, this raise in vibration, this raising your empathy level, right, which is calling in Archangel Raphael energy. The most awesome wingman you'll ever have. Will always introduce you to somebody good, right? So, or even if that person runs from you, somebody that will benefit you in some way. Can I put it that way? Does that make sense? Okay? Because you're always going to meet people that are, if you're high vibration, people are going to run from you all the time. Okay? Yeah, that Empress energy is a double-edged sword. People are going to, you're going to intimidate people emotionally, maybe physically, because the Empress, it is very beautiful energy. Why is it beautiful? Because of the energy you're radiating. It doesn't matter what your physical appearance is. You might say, well, Steve, I'm ugly. No, you're not. If you are, because you say that. That's the energy you're putting out. You're putting out, I'm ugly. You just told me you were. Why would you say that about yourself? That's fucking horrible. No, you're not. And it's the truth. It's about energy. It's not about anything else. The 5D manipulates the 3D very easily. Okay? So we're all that, we talk about illusions sometimes with the devil. Actually all the time, because that's what they work with. That's what that energy works with. Illusion is everywhere. Okay? The universe uses it either to your advantage or disadvantage. In the case of an angel, it uses it to your advantage. All right? In angel energy, it uses illusion to, you could sit there, you could be somebody who just, you know, maybe you're average looking. Let's just separate the energy from the 3D. You're average looking. But if your energy is in Empress energy and you're in this, what's here in this reading, okay? When people see you, they see something else. Okay? They'll see things in you that, whether it's an illusion or not, it'll block it out. You know, you'll look like a 10 to them. It's because of how they feel when they're around you more than what their eyes see. The 5D manipulates the 3D very easily. So this is solid new beginnings. This is happy new beginnings are possible because of all of this. All right? Let's, just for fun, let's pull one crossing card on the world and one card on top. It's the base energy. We've already read it. But I want to see what else the universe wants to tell me about this new cycle of energy. Okay? That's there for the taking. All right? It's there for the taking for you. And I encourage you to listen to everything I'm saying. I'm trying to teach you about energy. Trying to teach you that your world is what you make it, but it's not as simple as some people make it out there. I've seen some YouTube videos where someone's like, if you think it, it'll happen. Be careful of your thoughts. It's not your thoughts, it's your feelings. If somebody says to me, I'm ugly, they don't just think they're unattractive. Okay, they feel it too. Otherwise, they would never have said those words. And they would know that those words were a lie. Right? It's not about that. It's about soul energy. It always is. All right. World, crossing card and a card on top. Why is it here? Okay. I said, give me something else. It does. 9 of Swords. There's an absorbent number of you that are overthinking this. And this came up at a Twin Flame Journey reading not too long ago. I don't remember which one. It was something with a Queen of Swords over here on the DF side. And we've got the Queen of Swords. And it could be saying something similar. Yeah, Two of Pentacles underneath it. I didn't know that was there. You're getting in your, some of you, not all. Okay, everybody's important. So if it's not you, don't go, oh, it's not me. So I don't give a fuck, Steve. Well, right there, you're not in Empress energy. You might want to pay attention. Okay? Because that doesn't sound like empathy to me. Not everybody's important. Everyone matters. Isn't that what's wrong with the world right now? Doesn't everyone think that their opinion is the only one that matters? Right? Isn't that what's happened to free speech? Free speech is, everybody's preaching free speech, but they're preaching it in a way where if it's not what I agree with, then you got to go. It's free speech, but on their terms. It's wrong. And it again, societal energies, the soulmate cycle is a reflection of societal energy. So if you think other people don't matter, you're in that energy. The same frequency of energy plays out differently in different situations. So, some of you are getting in your own way. You're overthinking this. You're not sure. You're a doubting Thomas. And you're the cause of your own anxiety. Take the advice I gave you earlier. Shut that down. Create voids. Stop having expectations for outcomes. I will hammer that fucking point home until everybody gets it. Just like I always say, everything is energy. So many people don't get that. Everything is energy. They don't get it. It's funny. You know, my niece is fascinated with me. She loves everything I do with all this energy stuff. And I remember telling her everything is energy back when she was like 4 or 5 years old. And you know what she did? She did what 4 or 5-year-olds do. She started asking questions. Is peanuts energy? Yes. Is the bed energy? Yes. Is the TV? It went on and on and on. I just let her go on and on. You almost want to grab the kid. It just, yes, everything is energy. I said everything is everything. Everything is everything. Okay? So, but here it's sort of an energy of you've got to release expectations for outcomes. Whether it's a job or a person you want or a house you want to get or whatever it is. Release all expectations for outcomes. Neutrality for the outcome. Care about the thing. Care about the person. Care about the job. Have passion for it. But don't care what happens. That, Steve's Love Tarot, it's kind of funny that I'm doing a 100K reading here. 100K subscribers. I never cared. I was happy with 6. This channel started with 6. The first week we were here, we called them the 6 around here. About 4 or 5 of the 6 are still here. Okay? That's amazing. But also, again, I didn't care about the outcome. I didn't start this channel and go, oh, I hope it's successful. I never said that at all. I just sat down and started throwing cards. That's it. And whatever happens, happens. It was that kind of attitude. And that comes across. It makes me real. It'll make you real. People who don't care about outcomes seem real to people. They seem like they genuinely care. There's no anxiety in their energy about whether or not something's successful. Because when you're worried about something, you get into a panic. You start it comes across, that tension comes across. Never cared. And because of that, it grew. The same thing will happen in your life. It doesn't matter. All right, so keep that in mind. Please don't get in your head about stuff. This energy is here. No expectations for outcomes. What's on top? 6 of Swords. Yeah, you're moving into calm waters, whether you realize it or not, whether you want it or not. Now, this guy in this boat, he can, because I gotta take the 9 of Swords energy into consideration. This guy in this boat, he's moving into calm water. It's beautiful out here. Whether he's, willing to admit it or not, he's moving into calm water. He can either enjoy it, kick back, crack a beer out there on the water, which is illegal, but fine. I don't mean to portray that. But anyway, crack a soda out there on the water, right? Or he could be stressed out that the choppy water is going to catch up, or the wind's going to kick up, or this is going to happen, or that's going to happen. Maybe a big killer whale will come up and knock my boat down, right? No, just accept No expectation for outcome, that you're moving into calmer water. And everything is as it seems. That's what's funny about this energy. Everything is as it seems, but a good number of you are not. The energy has changed. We are in a sunny day main course cycle. Everybody's moving into calmer waters, but a few of you are not so sure. And that's going to be your problem. That's going to be your problem. It's what's going to hinder this Empress energy from coming through and fully coming through. It is what it is. You can do what you want. I'm just telling you how energy works. Make your own decisions. Do what you want to do. Be who you want to be. Okay? You want to be an anxious Nelly, knock yourself out. But you're getting in your own way. Now we've got the energy of change and transformation. What causes this change? What shifts the gear? Well, in a car, it's pushing in the clutch so that you can shift the gear. This is the release of the clutch. This is when we're in the new gear. Okay? The potential is there. It's dependent upon this energy. These two are read together. So it's dependent upon, again, releasing anxiety with that Nine of Swords that was crossing there a little bit. Allowing things that you've pushed down to flow up, the High Priestess. Not holding your cards close to the vest. Allowing it to flow. That's the High Priestess is sitting on top of an Ace of Swords. That, a flow of energy, allows for this. And it allows for you to be in this Empress energy, which allows you options, right? Allows you to bang the bad boy and know why you're doing it. And not be deluded that they're going to be around the next morning. And not having their friends 2 hours after you get up sniffing your underwear. All right? At the end of the day, it's all up to you. The universe is confident you're going into calmer waters. This is a better energy if you can get in this. It's minor arcana, though. It means it ties with that Nine of Swords. It's up to you. Why is the Death card here? Tell me about the Death card. Tell me about this new gear we're in. I want to see. There's a lot of energy around this Death card. There is. A lot. I want to see here. What's going on? Tell me about the Death card, universe. I know you want to. I don't. Okay. Tell me about the Death card. All right. Aha. It's an energy of change. I get it now. I love it. I felt that. I was wondering. It's again, I read the energy first. Everything I've told you, please watch this video. Pay attention. Because it's just getting reflected in the cards. It's just verifying my ass. Change. It's red with the Page of Cups here. Everything I told you about that. It's the Burger King. It's the King of Wands. Okay? What's different is just the environmental energy around it backs up everything I said about this and everything I've said so far. The King of Wands, the energy there is around you, but you've got a new perspective on it. You've got change. This energy is transformed within you. You're now the one in charge. The King of Wands is not in charge. Okay? It's a flip on the energy. You're now in control of it. You decide how much love to give this. Right? Everybody wants to bang the King of Wands. It's hot. Right? It's a hot card. It is. It's reds and oranges and yellows. Oh my. It's plaster peeling sex. It's amazing. Neighbors calling the cops. It's too loud. Stop it. That kind of thing. But you decide how much you give to it. You know why you're doing things. Right? You're the one in control with this base energy. What's on top? Two of Pentacles. You're the one who decides. You're the one with all the power. You really are. You're fucking He-Man. It's male or female. It really is. What's the center card red with the King of Wands, I wonder? The Emperor. Yeah. This is about confidence. What's new in this energy if you can allow this to flow? Right? If you smell what I'm cooking and you want to eat it. What's new about this? I talked about the Emperor earlier, right? What the Emperor provides to the DF. And I said I provided it to you, so you didn't need this runner to come back. I did. I put a lot of this energy into my readings. Okay? What's happened is if you allow this energy to flow, you have the confidence. You have a complete balance within yourself because the Empress is already here representing you. And now we've got what's changed is you've got a pair of balls, male or female, okay? Again, this is what's giving you that power. This is that self-confidence. Now, the Emperor by itself, if we didn't have the Empress here, would tell me something else, because the Emperor by itself is just maniacal, is just an egomaniac focused on work and business and all that kind of stuff, focused on practical things, very much ego, very much narcissist. It can run wild, right? So you don't have that. You don't have that problem. You have balance within yourself, all right? Which is what allows you to make the choices, make proper choices, which is what this card is. What's red with the Two of Pentacles? Because you've learned the Page of Pentacles. The reading came full circle because that was the card that was bookending the Seven of Cups, your options, your choices in the pre-shuffle. So it just ties the whole reading together. It is the student. You've learned that you have choices, and that is empowering, isn't it? Self-confidence I was talking about with the Emperor, right? You've learned that you have choices, and that's where your power comes. That's what the pre-shuffle told us in the surface energy, and this is deeper. Yeah. Well, think about it in lottery win terms. Imagine you just won $2 billion in the lottery. Well, that might scare the shit out of you initially, might freak you out a little bit, but in the snap of a finger, all of a sudden you've got options, right? Maybe you made $30,000 a year before that. You didn't have a lot of options. You always wanted a speedboat, but you can't buy one because your rent sucks up most of the 30 grand a year. But now you just won $2 billion. All of a sudden, you could just have 3 speedboats just because you feel like it. That's options. You get a lot of self-confidence from that. But if you, in particular, you, under this energy, were to win that lottery, you wouldn't run amok with it because you're balanced within yourself. You would never become maniacal, and that can go wrong too. If the Emperor without Empress energy wins that $2 billion, they become a fucking asshole who all of a sudden, wants to take over the world. And, they become, who was it? Dr. Evil or whatever, the one from Austin Powers there, it's like that. But anyway, you've learned you have choices, which is empowering. It's very empowering. And your choice is whether or not you want to give to people like this. And because you have Empress energy, you attract people that are higher than that, which is why you're moving on to calmer waters. And the energy is there whether you care about it or not, whether you want the energy or not. It doesn't matter. The energy is there. I would take advantage of it. I'm going to see if there's anything else the universe wants to tell you from the Light Seer deck. Let's find out. I have given you all I can here. And we'll continue to. We'll continue to pull on this in the coming year. And we will see where this thing goes. Maybe Steve Love Tarot even gets to 200,000 subscribers someday. Who knows, right? Listen, I really appreciate everybody being here. I do. When I say I don't care I don't care about the outcome of the channel. I wouldn't care if there was just one person here. I'd still be pulling this. I'd be pulling these readings if I didn't do this YouTube channel because I'm studying the cycle. I figured when I started this channel, why not show people, why not help people and study the cycle in front of them? It's a particularly tough cycle. I had no idea so many were going to come. Not because I have low self-worth and I thought, well, nobody's going to like me. I had no idea so many people were going to come because I never really thought about it. I don't. If I stopped for a moment, if any human being, there's 20 or 30,000 people watching this video. It's Madison Square Garden or Dodger Stadium. I mean, it's a lot of people. If you stop and think about that, some of the shit I say and the things I do, and I'm talking about deep things and all that. That's a lot of people to talk in front of. I don't think about it at all. I don't care. I'm just doing what I do. That's it. That's the way a lot of people that have to perform in front of a large number of people think, right? You talk to a rock star. I know a few. And, I've asked a few of them why they, what's it like to play guitar in front of 40,000 people? It's like, you don't think about it. You don't think about it. You just go out there and play like you would in your living room. That's it. The ones that think about it are the ones that screw up, or, get themselves hooked on substances and things. That said, what else does the universe want to tell you? So you have to take, I tell you that, because you have to take, some of you are thinking about this too much. Am I in the Empress energy? Am I there? Is this it? Is this, I don't see anything happening. I don't feel anything. Stop it. Just go about your day. Just know that the energy is there. Your options are there. The energy comes up. Knowing that it's there. Having faith. F-A-I-T-H. And taking a spelling lesson. Having faith is important. Don't hope it's there. Oh, I hope Steve's right. Oh, you're fucked then. If you hope Steve's right. You're nowhere near this. Have faith. The energy keeps coming. You don't even need to have faith in me. The energy you've seen the readings. Every time I pull on you, there were 2 extendeds recently when I pulled on how the energy was going to affect the DF that I literally rolled back in my chair, right? And then sure enough, same kind of thing happens. We have that repeat pattern of you're either the Empress or the Queen of Pentacles, but when we pull on your person in their life and I do a fly on the wall, sure enough, we get the same shit every time. We get towers and devils, oh my, all over the place. It doesn't, I don't control what cards come out of the deck. And the odds of a card coming out are just as equal for any card, right? The odds I could just as easily, if I get a devil, I could just as easily get an Empress, So, again, just have a little faith. If you relax into the energy and just go with the flow, like the kids like to say, you'll be surprised at where life takes you. But that's contingent upon you not having expectations for outcomes, creating voids. That's your propellant. The universe abhors a vacuum, so it fills it. And as long as your energy around you is positive and not all down in the dumps, then that gets filled with positive. Why? Because the void gets filled with positive. Why? Because like energy attracts like energy, right? There's plenty of negative people that create voids. And it just fuels their negativity because what they do is they're doubting people, right? They're pessimists. And they say, well, that's never going to happen and that sucks. I mean, I don't care if it happens. I'll create a void like Steve says, but he's full of shit. Well, then it's going to get filled with negative. And then it comes true. And then they go, see, Steve was full of shit. So fuck him and fuck the voids and fuck the energy and fuck this. And in doing that, more and more of that energy comes at them. It's that simple. That's why the best way to be in life is neutral. Neutral for outcomes, at least. I always refer to myself as a neutral observer. Even when I talk about politics and things like that, I don't care. Don't care who you vote for. Don't care who you like. Don't care. I'm using what's happening in the world right now as a case study. I'm writing psychology papers on it. It's fine. I can't wait to see how it plays out. I know what's going on, but I'm just a neutral observer. I don't care. It's just like a survey taker. Which side do you like? Okay, I just check a box. There you go. But from the middle, flying over the top, I give you the overview. I tell you what's going on. You can either accept it or not. I don't really care. I don't care about that either, because I don't care about outcomes. So, again, all suffering, as the Buddhists teach us, comes from attachment. And I'm talking here about attachment to outcomes. All right. Stop it. And don't be negative. Be neutral. If you can't be positive, at least be neutral. All right. Okay. 3 cards. It's had me do a lot of shuffling, hasn't it? I think it wants me to say these things. First, it's helping somebody. And every single person matters. And until we start realizing that, we're never going to be, as a society, an Empress energy. Or on the smaller side, you're never going to be in it until you realize that. Everybody matters. Everybody matters. Everybody's culture matters. Everything. They're all very interesting. I don't know what happened to the great melting pot. Where did that go? When I was a kid, that was the thing. Now all of a sudden, it's their thing that matters. Their thing that matters. Their thing. God. That's why it's very special you're in this soulmate cycle. You're a microcosm of old souls that have the potential to be in this energy. Well, the world needs all the help it can get, so please take the advice from the universe, will you? Do what you want. Ace of Wands, Four of Cups, Four of Wands, the Four of Cups, this little disappointment here is crossed by the Seven of Wands. Okay? Under this, there's a couple of ways. Let's see what's fueling this Seven of Wands before the Page of Wands. My party girl. Oh, look, it's my party girl. Again, but the Page of Wands is my little adventurer, right? It's someone with a curiosity for life. This is an energy of standing up and fighting for what's right for you. It's a Zen energy when I'm just drawn to her. Doesn't she look very peaceful? Right? I love her hair. I always do. Doesn't she just look very peaceful? I will tell you, whatever disappoints you, it doesn't disappoint you long. Why? And I'm going to show you something, because under this energy, before we talk about my pooping girl, let's talk about the Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands. Again, it's saying the same kind of thing we said here. I don't need to repeat myself. Passionate new beginnings. There's tons of solid new beginnings available to you under this energy. You have choices. Okay? Now, here's what I want to talk about. My Zen girl here. The environmental energy around this. It's a new way. It gives a new perspective. Okay, doesn't she look like she has perspective? Right? God, I love her hair. Anyway, doesn't she look like she has perspective? She does. It gives you a new perspective on things that let you down in life. Things that disappoint you. Because because our new girl here knows that she's not going to linger on this too long. Because there's always something else on offer. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end, sang Supersonic back in the 90s, and they were not fucking around. I'll tell you what. It's right there. There's a little hand underneath that. It's always on offer, and that's your perspective. If somebody it's the epitome of if somebody leaves you, let them go. They'll regret it. It's their loss. That's what the Empress always believes. And again, by the same token, you don't on the flip of that energy, you don't disappoint yourself either. Because that ties to the energy I was talking about over here, where you have choices, right? You control how much love is coming out. And we even have that. This is an energy of control. This is an energy of control. It's all around you. You've learned how to control that under this energy. You have the potential to. The energy's there if you take the suggestions from the universe about voids and everything we've talked about. So she's not going to be disappointed banging the bad boy. Having that just because they're hot. That's why she's going to do it. She's going to know why she's doing it. Because I want to. Because my underwear is soaked. And I have to bang the bad boy. Her underwear gets soaked, she bangs them. That's it. But she knows why she's doing it. Right? And it also gives him a nice damp pair of panties to take home to impress his friends. It's a win-win for everybody. And that's kind of what I'm talking about here. All right? That's your reading. 100,000 subscribers. I can't even believe it. I'm blown away. I thank all of you. I'm humbled. I will try to continue to do my best for you. Okay? I say try. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I suck. That's what Peter Frampton once said. You know who Peter Frampton is, right? He's a guitar player from the 70s. He once said, sometimes I suck, Sometimes I'm good, and sometimes I suck. That's what he said about playing live, I remember. Anyway, sometimes I suck. What can I say? But sometimes I'm on. I think I'm pretty on today. All right, I think this was a pretty decent reading. That said, I hope this reading was helpful. I do. If I helped one person today, and take a lesson of what I'm saying, those of you that don't care about other people, or their cultures, or their whatever, thinking yours is all that matters. If I helped one person today, I did my job, karmically speaking, no matter who that person is. And that's your reading. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe. Huh? We got to get to 200K now. Now we got another goal. I hate that. Anyway, I don't care, but you guys seem to really. So let's try to get to 200, make everybody happy. That said, I hope this reading was helpful. Good luck.